good? All right.
Good.
This is Blood X. I'm here with Doug Jones at CyphaCon here in Lake Charles, Louisiana. And I got to start off with one of the most iconic movies, Hocus Pocus. Billy Butcherson, amazing character. And you're going to be playing him again, right?
I did play him again, yes, in Hocus Pocus Part 2, which comes out on Disney Plus in October. So reprising a role that I played 29 years ago was a bit of a treat, a rare opportunity that actors don't normally get to do.
Right. And we watched that movie probably a dozen times during Halloween every year, my wife and I. She wakes up some mornings, oh, what a glorious morning, it makes me sick. It's
I have many mornings like that, yeah.
So, what can you tell us about the evolution of Billy Butcherson, or what you're able to share?
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
Except that has he really evolved much? I remember at the end of Hocus Pocus 1, I went, and fell back into my grave.
Yes.
I've been there ever since. So there's not much evolving one can do when one is dead in the grave. If I come back for the sequel, I have to come back out of the grave at some point, right?
Yes.
So how that happens and what happens afterward, I cannot tell you, but you can be assured that I do come back out of the grave.
Cool.
But it's pretty much right where you left off with me. Yeah.
That's excellent. So you're going forward almost 3 decades. We're bringing back the Sanderson sisters, but I'm assuming that the child cast is going to be different, right?
Yeah. The three witches, Sarah Jessica Parker, Bette Midler, Kathy and Jimmy, they're all back with me. So we're the 4 from the original movie and a bunch of new kids.
Absolutely.
New adventure, new storyline.
I'm excited. My wife is too. Last question, got to ask you about Abraham Sapien. Amazing character in Hellboy. I still consider the first 2 canon. The third one's kind of hard, but I love.
It wasn't a third; it was a reboot. There's a big difference. Yeah.
What's a third film?
We were hoping to make a third, but whatever. Those were decisions that were way above my head, so I have no idea.
But I think one of the most interesting things was when you were in the tank with the Rubik's Cube. I'm not a brilliant or whatever your phrase was very interesting, because throughout the whole film we thought you were like way up here IQ wise, but what can you tell us about Abraham Sapien playing that character?
Well, he is way up here with his intellect. Of course, he can read 3 books at one time, right? And he was clairvoyant, so he can do this and sum up. He knows where your beard's been and what it's been through. And by the way, it's a lot.
That's for the Patreon.
That's for the Patreon. And but when it comes to the Rubik's Cube, I think that was just him admitting that he's very intelligent, but there's certain motor functions that humans have better than him. Okay. Maybe that's how was my take on it. It doesn't mean that he was too dumb to figure it out. It's just that he was overthinking it, probably. If anything. Yeah.
But
I love him, and he's. I played 2 fishmen in my career, Abe Sapien in the Hellboy movies, and also the Amphibian Man in The Shape of Water.
Yes.
2 very different species, and even though they're played by the same actor, directed by the same director, and both fishmen, if you look them side by side and see how they behave side by side, very different. So Abe was very intelligent and well spoken, very vocabularied, and very gentlemanly, whereas the Shape of Water fishman was more of an animal from the wild.
Yeah.
So it's great to explore any new character I take on over the 36-year career that I've had, as to what's going to make this one different than the last. Yeah,
we're doing Pan's Labyrinth, and I love the Death Angel in Hellboy too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. That's so iconic, but it was so brilliant. He was blind but had eyes in the wings. I thought it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But you did a great job with that one.
Oh, thank you.
So again, Mr. Jones, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
It has been a pleasure.
And hopefully we'll catch you next time.
It's a deal.
All right, thanks.
Peace and love.